this is Shirley Liu. Welcome to another wonderful episode, Focus on Finance. And you know what? It's really exciting to me is that it's a new year. Somewhat, you're watching me in January in 2025. Lots of things are happening. And one of the things I'm excited about is that in my line of work, I always have an opportunity to meet some of the greatest people on earth. And a lot of time when I looked at young man who's on the rise, and I try to bring these dynamic individuals to the audience so that you can learn a little too. Now, if you look on the left-hand side of me here, I have Justin Hayman. And let me tell you, I had an opportunity to meet with him through his mom. But one of the things what impresses me the most is that he's a go-getter. He does a lot of in the real estate industry, in the mortgage industry, in the financing. Why don't I let him tell you a little bit more about it? Justin, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Well, Justin, please tell them a little bit about yourself, my friend.
Well, I started in the real estate industry working with my mom. We started at Long and Foster, and then after 10, 12 years, I moved to the mortgage industry. And then after mortgage rates started going a little high after COVID, I switched over to payments. And then through payments, I got connected with Shirley. And that's how I got here.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know you had mentioned that you're in the mortgage industry and the real estate, all vast. And of course, the interest rate for the past couple of years, 2 years to be exact, has been kind of hard a little bit, where people's like, oh my gosh, the interest rate's gone up a little high, I'm not buying as much. And I know you deal a lot with, even on the commercial side and all the other stuff, even from a lending standpoint on projects and things like that. How has that impacted in the way that you see things, and even with some of the announcement of that interest rate possibly maybe going lower? What's your thoughts on that stuff?
Well, with high rates, we have had less affordability.
Okay.
And people just haven't been able to purchase as much. But with rates coming down and just credit being easier to get and money being easier to attain, people are going to be able to afford more. But currently having down payments and things like that, that's been the real challenge.
I got it. Speaking of down payment, I connected to Justin, and I said, Justin, did you know if people have life insurance, now the right kind of life insurance, that they could utilize that for down payment on their property, on their investment, on their home, all these kind of things? And so I think Justin said, you can do what? And I go, yeah,
Yeah, no, that was a game changer, actually, learning that you could take a policy loan and use it as a down payment. And frankly, you don't really have to pay it back. You could wait until the policy pays out at the death to pay back the loan. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because you know what, Justin, a lot of people have the same connotation like you. Oh, if I borrow a loan, don't have to pay it back? And what did you just say again? Repeat that word again.
The loan is technically being paid back, just not immediately. At the end, once the policy pays out upon the death of the policy of the insured, then the loans were paid and it's taken out of that death benefit. So it's a win-win. You could use the money now and you have access to more capital and money that you need to be able to use. And I never knew you could do that with a life insurance policy. It was something totally just out of this world to me.
Right. And I think another connotation thing is really important for people to know, Justin. The loan that people get inside the life insurance policy are very low, guys. Nowadays, interest rate out there, if you try to go borrow, it's really, really high, whereas you're borrowing the inside the life insurance policy is 4%. And someone said, oh, well, I have to pay the 4%. So what? You're paying yourself back anyway, similar to the very same thing as 401k. Now, people could sometimes say to me, well, I could go in a 401k and do just the same. Yeah, but the difference is 401k, you have to pay it back. Now, inside the IUL life policy, as you can see in my book here, you could technically pay it back so that it can create more stream of income down the road. But it's a choice. It's a choice. Now, Justin, I know that you and I had fun talking about life insurance, using it for loans and all the other stuff. What are some of the things that you find that even inside the IUL, Index Universal Life Policy, the newer kind generation, that it does beside just death and loan? What other benefit do you see as you're researching this stuff?
Well, you're building value for your own self. You're building your own wealth, and you're able to have access to benefits, and those are living benefits.
Oh.
Life benefits, so if you get into an accident, you're covered. If you have some sort of change in work circumstance or disability, you're covered.
Yeah.
So it's not just dying and getting somebody else getting paid money. You really have access to money in a life insurance policy and life insurance and insurance products all around that you could use while you're living.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that because I had a friend the other day. Her mom has Alzheimer. Now, you guys, you've heard of Alzheimer out there, right? And I'm sure some of you guys may have parents that have Alzheimer, or how about like the heart attack or stroke, right? Justin, you know. And when you have these kind of situation, and how about long-term care, right? Your parents go into a long-term care situation, and they said to me, they said, "My God, Shirley, if I only knew about this plan, that would cover my family now." You know?
A lot of people just don't know, and knowing is really, that's the first step in this, you know, and really getting covered with this.
You know, I was in New York City yesterday getting a Women Inspirational Awards. And so I'm at this ceremony, and there's this one lady. She represents breast cancer. So her nonprofit company talked about breast cancer. And I said to her, and I goes, "Wow, what you're doing is such a great cause." And I told her a story, Justin. I said, years ago, there was this young lady that went and bought an IUL, saving $200. Now, guys out there, you should be $200 for saving for future retirement. Is that a lot of money, Justin?
No, not much at all. $200 a month?
Yeah, a month. So she did about 4 months, and guess what happened? She was diagnosed with breast cancer.
That's terrible.
And she has to go through chemo, all these kind of things. Her hair's falling out. She couldn't eat, can't bathe, and all that. Guess what happened to that $200? She came to me and she said, "I'm so sorry, I can't pay anymore because I'm no longer employed. I just can't afford the payment because I don't have money coming in." Do you know she had our policy? We were able to advance $126,000 into a bank account because of the living benefit that you talked about a minute ago. Tell me, guys, $200 in the bank, CD, money market, checking, saving, 401k, IRA, any of those kind of things out there can give you $126,000? No way. And if you have the old traditional life insurance policy, no way. And with this thing, and you know, the greatest story out of this was she's now cancer free. She had extra money, over $80,000. Guess what? She was able to use it down payment for a new house.
Oh, Steve, that's amazing. That's amazing. It really is.
And you know, when I said that, the lady that was had this breast cancer nonprofit, she goes, "I want to cry." She goes, "Imagine how many women out there never know things like this that could exist. And if they only prepare themselves, look at, you know, inside their heart and try to think and save for them and for their family and their future, you know." And so let's getting back to the, you know, mortgage, the financing for businesses and for the projects and things like that that you encounter out there all day long, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. You said to me earlier the biggest problem is getting the down payment on these kind of things.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Down payment, and then sometime, would you say in some cases maybe qualification, as in getting the loan approved because they don't have enough asset and things like that?
Yeah, that's definitely been trouble lately.
Justin, what I love about the things that you and I, as we begin to partner in this venture, is an ability to understand how a life insurance can be utilized as a collateral. And it is amazing because I tell you, I am a living testimonial of a person, you know, trying to buy 29 acres of land, buying properties and other stuff out there. And one of the things they always look at is, well, what do you have for asset? And when you show the bank that you've got this life insurance policy that has this cash value in it and this much death benefit, and they could be collateralizing that thing in case if you don't pay back the loan, they'll lend you the money all day long, you know?
I love that story you told me the one time about the commercial builder who you added $1 million, got him a life insurance policy, and used that as collateral for his loan. That was a very cool story.
It is, and you know, because what happened is that he shared that story was that there was a person who did a project, and it was a pretty big project, over $80 million, and for a loan to get this project done. We gave the idea that let's go ahead and added a life insurance for retirement with that and have it funded through that unique proposition.
Yes.
They funded it. The lender can hold as collateral a little bit on that thing. I said, sure. Because if you die, I'm going to have my money back anyway.
Yep.
But
exactly.
after the loan paid off, what happened after the loan's paid off?
Well, he still keeps the policy.
That's right. The owner keeps the policy. And what does the policy give them?
Life benefits, death benefits, policy benefits, meaning loans, all that stuff.
Oh, and income on top of it.
That's true.
So, ladies and gentlemen out there in the audience, if you got term, oh my gosh, you need to take a relook at that thing, okay? There's a place for term, but that's most of the time you're donating, okay? So let's make sure that you don't donate all your money. The second thing is that, you know, some of you guys may have a whole life policy that's running around out there that gives you maybe a 4% return and all that. And it doesn't do a whole lot, so people are not utilizing, you know, their capital as much as they could. And then the rest of you may have a thing called variable life where it's gain money, but it could potentially lose money and all that. But imagine the index IUL. It can give you the best of both worlds. You know, someone told me once, Justin, you can't have the cake and eat it too.
Well, with this, you kind of can.
Oh, I love it. Because you know what? Justin is a young man that sees the vision, and he's taking this opportunity to incorporate it into the business. And for those of you who's in the real estate, mortgages or lending or other stuff, I encourage you to reach out to us. Reach out to Justin. Reach out to us, you know, and I mean, Justin, give him a little contact number about you, my friend.
Oh, no, you could reach out to me anytime. I'm on, let's see, the best way to get in touch with me is by email, justin@mclean1.com, and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, and this is Shirley Lou. You can also reach me on my 703-608-1203. And by the way, for those of you curious who I am, Google my name. Just Google Shirley Lou, L-U-U, and you will find me. See, I love this business because you know why? We rise by lifting others. Until next episode, Shirley Lou.